4BVCF.
What's up, Panda? Peter from Panda here. Hey,
Solar-powered red resin watch.
On this one. This is actually my first look. The only thing I did was kind of
AQ-S800W
just to make sure it was
4BVCF.
there. And I want to tell you that the watch
solar-powered red resin watch.
This is actually my first look, so we're gonna take it off here. You're really gonna see it as I'm seeing it, which is why these videos are so crappy. But you know what? That's just the way it is. Or what I love about solar-powered activity watches is that you just don't have to worry about having a dead battery when you go on your trip. So the first thing I'll tell you is it must have been in the box a while, because when I pulled it out, it went bzzz and started moving the hands and then started ticking again. So as you can see, it is running here, which is much better than it was 10 minutes ago when I peeked in the box, and it obviously wasn't. Self-charging right there, solar powered. I wish more stuff was solar powered. First of all, let's take a look at the looks of this thing, man. This is like bright Ferrari red. It's really like a fire engine red. I have this extension cord just sitting here, and this is more of a kind of a traditional deeper red. It's not like a goofy red. It's just a little bit different shade of red than I thought. It's like I said, I call it a fire engine red. Looks pretty good though. I mean, if you're gonna wear this out and about and be high activity and have neon, workout clothes on, why not have a bright red watch on too? So, it looks pretty good. It's 47.6 millimeters resin case and mineral crystal right there. It's super light, so that's going to be one of the cool things about if you're doing high activity with it. It's not intrusive. It's not super tall, and even though it's 47 millimeters is what it advertises, I think it doesn't feel or really look like that. So I'm actually a little surprised that the numbers are what they are. The band here is pretty cool. I want to show you something. It has a little bit of ventilation up here in the top, some kind of peekaboo windows. Looks like the front end of a Dodge Ram truck. So a little breathing there, and a hinge, kind of a little threshold there to kind of expand. Then I like that this center portion is channeled. It's just kind of nice when they put a little bit of design and intention in the band. It's kind of a nice detail there. But the cool thing here that I noticed is that the retaining loop here slides on, and then the end of the band here has a little bit of a lip. So it kind of reminds me of like downhill ski boots. So this retaining loop here doesn't want to slide off as easily as it might on other watches. It fits in the curved edge of the band fits into this curved stop right there. So obviously it's easy to pull off, but it has a natural block right there. So it's kind of nice, intentional design that I like. The buckle here on the end is black, and it's polymer. It's just plastic. So I don't have any issues or thoughts that it might break, but keep that in mind that that's plastic too. It matches the black plastic that is on the buttons. The back is stainless steel, just a screw-on case back, and then on the front we have kind of all of the business. And what I think is interesting here is that the buttons aren't quite labeled what I would have thought they were: mode, adjust, light, and search. And we'll go through some of the functions here. But I also want to say that I like this dial. I like the fact that it has the outer rings here with kind of the fast and furious angled numbers, big Arabic numbers at the hour marks. But then that portion is kind of a flat or a smooth glossy look. And then inside in the dial is that printed inner circle with the 24-hour markings for military time, and then little alternating triangles. So it gives it a little bit of texture. It just kind of breaks up the look of the watch and gives it, like I said, a little more of the detail that makes watches look great. White broad hands look like there is luminescence on the hands there, and then the counterweight to them is dark gray. It kind of blends into the design. Water resistant to 100 meters there, and a pretty deep bezel. You can see minute graduations all around the edge with kind of little lugs at each of the hours. So a really sharp looking watch. If you can get it in a couple different colors, if you don't like the red, kind of the more traditional black. I have one of these in black as well, so I dig it. The bezel doesn't move. The pip up here just stays there, which is what you'd expect although it looks like that is a piece that is snapped on separately, not just all molded together. Right here we have another clock, it looks like, and it's saying 10 o'clock. This is where I think you can put a dual time zone, a second time zone. So if you want to watch your time zone on the big hands, you can set that for a second time zone. This piece here, where it says mid, I think is telling me how charged the battery is. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I want to say that this is mostly charged. And I think it says high or low if the battery status is in a high or low state. This UTC, I think that might actually be the second time zone. I'm not real sure. I'm a little dumb, so keep that in mind. We got to the alarm there, alarm 3. You use the search button to keep scrolling through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 as advertised, and then SIG for signal, I think. So you do have 5 alarms there if you need it. Timer. I'm not sure what's going on. Oh. Timer must have been a countdown timer, because this one I think is a stopwatch. Okay, so I hit the bottom one to start it. And this adjust button to reset it, which is a little interesting. So I'm wondering if this adjust button will also split. Yep. So it'll split there. It's probably still running. Now we can get back. Yep, now it's going. It was still keeping time. I still hit this lower button here to search and hit this button to reset. This is the start and stop is usually this button. The reset is here. So a little bit of a strange layout on some of the buttons, which I'm struggling a little bit with, but it is what it is. And then, as you can see, the clock here is also showing seconds, and this little window is counting every 10 seconds. It's counting every 10 by filling up in 5 and then emptying on 5. So anyway, I'm sure we all want to know what the light button does if I press it and hold it in. What it looks like it's doing is it's lighting up an LED light that's right behind near that lower digital screen. So roll some footage in of that too. Nice feature there to have. You can look in the box here and find your instructions and figure out all the wonderful things that you can do with this watch. It's the AQ-S800W-4BVCF solar powered red resin watch. Peter von Panda out.